So I'm back to playing with this hard drive enclosure today, and I've decided that even if I can't get the hard drive working, and I have had some results with that so far. I've got the power supply fixed and I've got some of the lights lighting up, but I still can't get Apple to connect to it. So I need to do some more research. But even if I can't get that working, I'm really uncomfortable with this real mess on the side of the case where someone previously has tried to prise it open. So the chap who I bought this off may be watching this video, and he said he was going to sand it down, maybe chamfer it a little bit. And I think I'm going to have a go at that. He's given me that idea, but I think it will improve the look of this no end. I was just looking at these things. I was thinking there's a couple of ways you could do it really. I'll just show this sort of shot as a before, and maybe later on we can compare it. Might put them on the screen together if I'm clever enough. I wondered first of all whether if I heated this up a little bit, maybe it would like have some kind of memory. So I'm just going to try that on this bottom bit and see whether I can get this to push out. I've got my hot air blower here and I've just got it on 140 degrees at the moment, and I don't really want to melt the case. If it's some kind of ABS, it probably will melt if I get it too hot, but just with this little ding here, I want to see if I put some heat on it whether it will pop itself out. So let's zoom in a little bit. You can see it. Let's just put some heat on this and see whether this moves at all. So I've got this set to 140 degrees at the moment. Not too hot. Probably not enough to heat solder. I'm not sure whether that's coming out or not. I need to compare a before or after. It's not, doesn't feel soft. The ding might be coming out slightly. Maybe not. Oh, I think it has, look. Just getting it hot enough. Wow, that worked. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, so the ding's come out a little bit there. So that's a result. I wonder what happens around here, whether this will go in a little bit more. Let's try it there. Well, yeah, it's not perfect, but it has pushed it in a bit. So, wow, this is something you can do. So this is 140 degrees I've got this on. And just if I leave it there for a little bit, at least that moves stuff from the surface a little. This is definitely working. So let's try that with one of the edges as well. I tried it. I mean, it's the same plastic, isn't it? So this edge here, I mean, some of that is actually quite damaged. Got a bit of sand. But yeah, there's these dents down here. Can you see that? So I'm just gonna run the heat down here and see whether I can just reconstitute that plastic there a bit more. So especially here where there's big divots. I mean, it's not going to put the plastic back in where that plastic's been gouged out, but I just want as much as I can to go back to its original position. Some big chunks there, see if you can get those in. Now, I overheated this little bit here a bit too much, so I'm just going to try and push this out with my spudger. So if you do it too much, you can deform the case, but that's gone back there. I think I got that bit too hot. Well, that's straight again. All right, so that's improved matters. It's got some of it back in the place, but I still don't think it's perfect. So I'm going to just treat it. I've got these sanding sticks. This is a 180 grit, and this is a much coarser 80 grit. So I'm just going to go down the side of this gently and just try and get rid of the raised bits that haven't gone back in with the heat. I'm only using the 80 grit to take the bulk off. And I think I maybe need to bevel it a little bit because these bits here aren't going to come out, otherwise they're still going to show. Trying to keep the same angle all the way down. Those big bits, I'm not going to be able to hide those that much, but now I'm going to go to the finer one now. I'm trying not to put it completely flat with this surface because the surface has got a texture, so really I'm just trying to sand along the side. I'm lifting it slightly. I'm doing it at this angle here, like that. All right, so that looks better already. So I'm going to go around this case now and find all the other bits that have been damaged. And I won't film that, but I'll sand all these bits down as well, and then come back to you and we'll have a look at it and see what it looks like. Okay, so I've just given this a good brush and a good sand. So let's see. Oh, I didn't sand the bottom bits, but I'll leave those for now. But as well as doing that, I've sort of sanded the edges here, so I think it might actually fit together better now, and then maybe come apart smoother than it did previously. That's my hope. Okay, it's just missed a little bit of the back there. I'll have to go back. But I think that has improved matters. So there's still some divots there, but it's not as noticeable. So look at this. Can you see this? Let's zoom in a little bit. So it definitely has improved matters. It's not got rid of the life that this has had, but it's hidden some of the abuse that this plastic's had. So that's not bad, really. So yeah, that was a good idea. So two ways of doing this. Obviously, just heat it up a little bit if you can, and that will bring some of the bumps out. And then just try and sand it with some of these sanding sticks that you can buy sets of. I'll put a link in the description to these ones that I bought off Amazon. You get loads more than this in the set. But that's definitely made this look a little bit more presentable and tidied it up for its age. So I hope you found this interesting, and thanks to Steve for giving me the idea of doing this. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Otherwise, I'll say bye.